Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a try-on, first impression, and demo on the new Natasha Denona foundation. This one is called the Transformatte, and this one I'm excited about because it is a matte finish foundation and it is good for dry skin, which is me. Also sensitive skin, normal skin, and combination skin. So I am excited about that because most matte foundations are not for dry skin. So I'm excited to see the way that it looks and also to see how well it works throughout the day for my skin type, which is dry. So I did already apply a little bit of my Derma E Vitamin C moisturizer, and now I am going to apply my primer. This is the Hangover RX by Too Faced, and I do love using this primer for my dry skin. It always works with my foundations, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this now. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it is a full coverage foundation, and that also makes me happy because I love full coverage foundations. This is the little box that it came in. I didn't even really show you, but this is the box, and this is the little bottle. It actually has less than 1 ounce. It has 0.95 fluid ounces, so it's not even 1 ounce, which is what you normally get in a foundation. And then also it is $45 in case you want to know, plus tax. So it has a little pump, and honestly the foundation just feels kind of tiny, kind of like the primer. The primer feels a lot bigger, but we'll see what happened. We'll see how much coverage we get. So I went ahead and I did like 2 pumps. So you can see right there, it's kind of liquidy. And I'm gonna apply one side with my brush, and this is the Sigma flat kabuki brush, and then I'm gonna apply the other side with the Beauty Blender and see the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Beauty Blender on this side. Oh, by the way, I got it in the color 25NY, which means 25NY light, which means neutral yellow. And they do have different colors for different skin undertones. Okay, so it seems like it is giving me full coverage. It's not hard to blend out so far. I don't feel it like that. And it's also not thick at all. I also have redness around my cheeks, which if I'm using like a medium coverage or even a full coverage foundation, a lot of the times I do go over that little area like twice, but I feel like it did cover that part up. So now I'm gonna apply a little bit over here, and I do feel like it soaked up a lot of it with the Beauty Blender, so we'll see how it works with the brush. I do have redness right here. As you can see, I had a little bit of pimples. There's like 4 there that want to come out, but they're not too sure yet, so they're still there hanging out. That actually blends it out really nicely with the Beauty Blender. It feels good on my skin too. It doesn't feel thick, and it gave me full coverage, so I'm happy about that. So with the Beauty Blender side, I do like the way that it's blending out. So now I'm gonna try it with the brush. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply 1 pump and see how that works out, since a brush doesn't really soak up too much. So you can see I have redness around my nose, and then I have a little bit of pink on my cheeks. So I don't feel like I'm having a hard time blending it out with the brush either. I feel like it's doing pretty good, and I still have plenty of product still on the back of my hand. So I'm glad I only applied 1 pump because yeah, the brush is not soaking up so much of the product. Even though I still like the way that it looks with the Beauty Blender side, but it did soak up more of my product. Alright, so that is the brush side, and honestly, I like it too. Most of the time whenever I do a foundation try-on or a foundation review and stuff, I always like it better with the Beauty Blender side, but I actually do like the way that it blends it out with my brush. I don't feel like it looks streaky, and it blends it out really easily, and I only needed half of what I needed with the Beauty Blender side, so I did use only 1 pump for this side. And I applied 2 pumps because I thought I was going to be able to do my whole face with it, but I wasn't able to. So yeah, it looks really nice, and it also looks full coverage. So it didn't make a difference with the coverage that I got. I feel like it did a good job. The only difference is and it blends it out easily with both sides. The only difference is that I use less product. And it doesn't, let me see. It doesn't look that matte actually. I would think it would be more matte, but it's not. It kind of has like a little bit of a glow to it, so it's not like completely matte, at least not yet. But so far, I'm liking the finish of it. I also like the way that it feels on my face. And I like the way that it gave me a full coverage finish without feeling like I have to go over certain areas. So the foundation so far, it looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and I'll show you. Actually, what should I do? Go ahead and do the rest of my face and just like set everything and show you the way that everything looks, so that way you know exactly what I apply on top. I'm gonna use my Benefiit Bowing Concealer to cover up a little bit more on my under eye area. I feel like it looks a little more purple than usual. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit, and I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. This is a very thick concealer, so I like to blend it out with my beauty blender. For concealer, I'm gonna use the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced. This is in the color Nude. And I'm just gonna blend it out again with my beauty blender. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set everything with my Hourglass foundation. This is what I do all the time, so I'm just gonna do the same stuff. I'm gonna first bake my under eye area, and then I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set the rest of my face. And I do wanna leave a little bit of extra powder under here, which is why I'm baking, because I haven't done my eyes, and I'm about to do that. So I'm just gonna set my nose. And now using my powder brush, I'm just gonna take it and set the foundation. So now all I'm gonna do is the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna apply my blush and my eyeshadow and just finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back. And just so you know, right now I just applied it. It is 11:18. Let me remove this little notification. So right now it is 11:19. Now it's 11:19. And I am going to, like I said, do a wear test. I'm going to be wearing it throughout the day, and then I'll show you an update later on before it gets dark outside, so that way I can show you the way that it looks. So right now I am going to do the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back. Alrighty, you guys, so I finished the rest of my makeup, have my eyes done, and I did contouring, blush, bronzer, everything like that. And this is the way that it looks so far. Like I said, I am going to wear it throughout the day and give you an update later on how it looks, but I just wanted to give you a quick close-up so you can see the way that it looks. So it is super matte, and it's very full coverage. It still looks really good. Like, as soon as I applied it, it was kind of like demi matte, but now that I've set it and everything, it does look really, really matte. It doesn't feel cakey on my face, and so far it's looking good. And I'm actually kind of comparing it to my Fenty one. Okay, so you just saw the close-up, and I was telling you that I am comparing it to the Fenty one just because I feel like it's very similar in like price range. It's from Sephora, it's full coverage, it's matte, and I'm running out. So I'm hoping that I can replace it with this one. I was gonna repurchase this one, but I decided to go ahead and try this one. So as far as the packaging, I mean, it's fine. Honestly, I do not care as long as the product inside works for me. That's what I care about the most. I really don't care about the outside, and I mean, I guess it's easy to travel with. You don't have to worry about it breaking. And what I do like is that it does have a pump. It's not like a squeeze bottle or anything like that, so I'm glad that it has that. Like I said, I got it in the color 25NY, which makes it a neutral yellow. I wasn't 100% sure. For sure, I'm not pink, but sometimes my skin does look good with neutrals, and sometimes it does look good with a little bit of yellow or a yellowish foundation rather than a pink foundation. So I decided to try the neutral yellow, and I feel like I got a really good color for me. It matches me perfectly. One thing that I didn't mention earlier is that this one is a pore vanishing foundation, and honestly, I feel like my pores look very smooth. Like, I don't see little holes in my foundation. I don't feel like it looks like I have pores. Like, it actually did do a good job with that part. It looks really smooth on my face. As you saw in the close-up, it just looks really flawless. And the primer that I used is silicone free, but mainly what this type of foundation does is it replenishes your skin, or it makes it look more hydrated, especially if you have dry skin, which is why I love this one. And it is a silicone free based primer, so it's not like it has that silicone feeling that really, you know, supposedly smooths out your pores and stuff like that. But I do have some around my nose, and I don't feel like I can see them. Like, I feel like it does look really smooth around my nose and like in this area right here, which is like mostly where people have them, also on the forehead and stuff. But I feel like my skin looks really flawless, and I hope that it stays like this throughout the day, and we'll see. So I will see you guys in a little bit whenever I come back for the check-in. I am back, and I have been wearing the foundation for quite a long time. Right now it is 6:52, You can see right there, 652. Haven't done anything to it, no touching up, nothing like that. I don't even do that on a regular basis. Like, that is not something that I do. But I have already edited the first part of the video, and now I'm just gonna put this in there, and I can tell the difference right now with the way that it looks. So right now I kind of look a little shiny, don't I, compared to the other clip, especially around my forehead and my nose. Like, I can tell the difference. The cheek area, not so much. That kind of still looks pretty matte, but everything else, like on my forehead and right here on my nose, for sure I look shiny, and for sure the makeup has slid around a little bit. So I was wearing my glasses. I can see you. I was wearing my glasses, and of course they slide down, so I do have to slide them up, or I'll just move them up just like that. And they did make my foundation come off on the side of my nose. Now, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It really does depend on the primer, on the foundation, on the setting. And if you saw the way that I set my nose, you noticed that I did put a lot of translucent powder on it, because like I said, I wear my glasses all the time. But for sure I can see the foundation like kind of looking a bit dry around my mouth, which does happen with other foundations just because I do have dry skin. Now, the primer that I used is the Too Faced Hangover RX, which I use this all the time. This is very, very moisturizing, but this does not fill in your pores or anything like that, which was a reason why I did want to use it, because this one is a pore vanishing one. And I do have to agree that the foundation does make my skin look really smooth without me applying a pore filling primer before it, so that did help. I agree with that. It looks really good on my skin. I didn't feel like I could see any pores or anything around my nose, which is where I have them. Since I have been comparing it to this, because like I said, this is one of my favorites and I ran out already. It's like barely coming out now. I don't feel like it's as good as this one. I feel like this one is like unbreakable, unstoppable. Like, nothing goes through this foundation until I put my micellar water for waterproof makeup. Like, even then I'm like trying to rub it off. So I don't feel like it's as good as the Fenty one for sure. If I were to recommend you a really good full coverage foundation that still is really thin, I would say get the Fenty one. This is just one of my favorites, and I just feel like it works through so much. So right here you can tell that it's shiny. Also on the sides of my nose, I'm missing some foundation right there, but my face still looks smooth, and the oiliness, like I said, is mainly around my forehead where it looks shiny, and on my nose, but nothing has rubbed off except for where my glasses go. Yeah, if you don't wear glasses, then you won't have that problem, but I wanted to bring you close up so you can see the way that it looks. Okay guys, so I'm actually in the car right now, and I finished filming the last part of the video, but I wanted to film this part outside. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I wanted to show you the way that it looks, because honestly, I feel like it looks so much better out here with daylight. There's still a little bit. So this is the way that it looks outside, and as you can see earlier, I told you about my nose, so that's still the same. I didn't touch up or anything, and I wanted to show you the way that it looks. So it still looks full coverage, it still looks good on my face, and right now, oh, I can't even flip it. I thought I could flip it, but let me show you. It's 7:45. It's 7:45, so it hasn't been that long since I filmed that last part of the video, but I just wanted to show you the way that it looks out here, because I think it still looks really good. So yeah, I am happy with it. It's just that part of it looking a little shiny around my nose and my forehead, but actually out here it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, just wanted to show you the way that it looks outside in daylight. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to wear it. I'm gonna continue to try it. I'm gonna try it with other primers and stuff like that. This was just a wear test that I wanted to do for one day and see what I thought about it and my first impressions on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about the foundation. How do you think it looks on me? Are you thinking about getting it? And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.